Hi, friends. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
And I believe it's Yule today, too, right?
It is.
So, of course, I'm Karen, Care Bear Bard of Cards. And with me today is the more intuitive me, Elizabeth, aka Christmas Minnie. And then, and then I have my twin sister. We did not plan this, by the way.
No.
She's in Canada and I'm in South Carolina,
Yeah.
and at the same dollar store, we found the same headband
Yes.
and bought it. And
Yes.
yeah, it's so funny. So, anyways, and with Roots and Waves, you'll make sure you subscribe to these channels, and there's plenty of wonderful channels too in everybody's chat since we're simulcasting. And yeah, so let's just support each other and let's get this started. We're going to do some charms and oracles, the layered readings. I like,
Yay.
yes, layers. And I think how we're going to do it today is, Ange, actually, you're a lot better at explaining that than I am. I know I'm like the host, but I'm like, wait, Ange
Oh,
did that so much better. It was her
that's
idea.
okay. Yeah.
So if you
So,
don't mind.
yeah, I'm excited to be here again for another layered readings. I love reading with these ladies. And for anyone that is joining us and you would like a reading today, just go ahead and type your question into the chat. And what we're going to do, instead of doing the giveaway tool or the dice this time, we're just going to try to get us to as many readings as we possibly can. It's Christmas. We would like everybody to get a reading. But of course, just so you know, like we only have so much time and energy, so we may not get to all of the questions, but just go ahead and post your question in chat and we'll do our best to get to as many as we can. All right.
Awesome. Oh, y'all, look, I found this in my son's book bag. He drew that. I thought that was
Oh
cute.
my gosh, that is cute.
Yeah.
Aw,
Oh.
yes. Skills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skill.
Aw.
He's good. That looks like, I mean, I don't have, that pretty candle in front of the window, but that looks just like our window.
That
Like
is so
just plain
cool.
and brown.
I still have some of my kids' stuff they gave me when they were younger that they made in school. Like my favorite is like this there's 3 pieces of driftwood, like little pieces, and they tied it with a Christmas ribbon and some holly.
Oh,
And I still have
yes.
it. They're like, "You still have that?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I love it. I've got so many. I'm really sentimental like that
I
myself.
have
Mhm.
kept
So,
all of my things.
Yep.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then there's just some stuff
Yeah,
where I'm like,
I've kept
okay,
everything that these guys have.
I'll take a picture. But
Mhm.
yeah, I've got like I told my son I bought it for him, but it's really kind of for me. But it's like a big kids art portfolio, so we can fit. It's got the accordion thing, but he's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, thanks, mom, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, you're welcome. But I mean, he does go back and like we keep his art in one place, and and it looks cute, and I can
Mhm.
fit all kinds of different sizes because that's the thing is like some of the pieces are big, some of the pieces are small, but I really like love his artwork, and so I was excited to find that. It
Mhm.
was harder to find than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Weird, right? I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
nice to have a place to put everything. Otherwise things get kind of everywhere.
Well, I guess we should probably say hello to some
Yeah.
wonderful people here today. All right. Up. Oh, ain't you sweet, Jeff? Thank
Hey,
you.
Jeff.
Hello, my poet friend. Oh, oh, that's so sweet. A
Oh,
message from Rain.
thanks.
Oh, well, we love you too.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all, she just made cheese, like
I know.
homemade cheese. Yeah, and it looks
Yeah,
fabulous. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I
Wow.
know.
I
I
mean,
was
I said that's homemade on a whole different level. I'm like, it's
yes.
your own cheese. I'm like, that the process sounded really intimidating to me.
I know. I've been enjoying like watching the process. I'm thinking like I don't know if I'd be able to do that. It's you have to have patience and the right everything.
Right?
I'm like, I don't know
But
about
I
that, but
was just like, wow, that's
mhm.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
And then we've got Maria, Lady
Maria.
Knight of Avalon. Hello. I hope you're doing well today. And we've got Rhoda here.
Hey, Rhoda.
Hello, Rhoda. Thank you for being here. And our favorite little Lucky Charm, Jackie.
Hey.
All the way from Ireland. That was not my Irish accent. I don't know why I said it like that. I will not pain anyone with my Irish accent because it's not very good. I think I conglomerate like English, Irish, and sometimes like when I'm trying to do Australian one, it's hard. It's really hard. I like trying though. Hi, Sandy. How are you? It's good to see you. Oh, the Sassy 2 Ever Inferno. Sassy 2.0. How are you? Glad you're here. He always makes me laugh. Okay. Oh, Christine. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. And okay. I think that's everybody I can see. So, and a future hello to anyone else who comes in. So, well, let's go ahead and just put your question in all caps, and we're gonna pick kind of randomly today. We'll wait for some questions to come in, and yeah, we're gonna do our best to try to get to everybody. But also, though, just bear in mind, if it's a third party thing, maybe there's a way we can rephrase it, but we don't want to read on somebody else's energy on the internet, without their permission. And, no legal or medically charged stuff. I'm getting a feedback. Did y'all hear that?
What was that? Yeah, I hear it too. I don't hear it now, though.
Now it stopped. Okay. Maybe I was talking too loud. I don't know. That was weird. Okay. Anyways, and so, yeah. Did I finish that?
I think so.
Don't you love it when you realize like you're talking and you're like, I haven't been paying attention to what I've been saying.
Oh no.
That's such a Gemini thing to do. So yeah. What? Stop. Okay.
What?
Yep. Y'all
What?
totally checking this out.
Oh.
I am intrigued. Ever Inferno. I am intrigued. All right.
Ever Inferno is gonna get their first ever tarot deck for Christmas, so that's gonna be cool.
All right, so I'm gonna star
Right.
some of these and try not to block or delete anybody by accident because I did that to Ange by accident. Yeah, Maria, I love pet questions. Actually, I'll go grab my cat deck too. Well, y'all know I want to do that cat question for sure.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I want to squeeze in a Catterday, or I was thinking if I can't, so much is going on. Because it's not Christmas yet on Monday, right? Yeah. I want to do like Meow Day.
Meow Day.
Meow Day, So that way, like it always doesn't have to be a Saturday that I do my pet readings,
Yeah,
Anyways, It was just a cheesy idea that I had.
I love it.
Thanks. All right. What decks today, ladies? The 3 headpiece queens. You got that right. You got that right, everyone.
I
like
picked some wintry decks. I have my Winter Wait, and then I have my Winter Season Tarot, and
look at you,
my Yule Oracle. But if we are going to do the pet question, then I'll definitely use my Heartwood Tarot because it has like animal based.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just like got really super excited about the pet question.
So,
I was being a little
hey,
biased.
pet questions are important. They're
But
valid, just like any other.
we've never had a pet question on here, have we?
No, we definitely have to do that one for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make history here on the Charmed Layered Readings. Yeah, our first pet question. Oh, you are so welcome, Maria. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Oh, bless.
oofka. All right.
Okay. All right. So um, okay. So it looks like we'll just go with what we have right now. Let me go grab my cat deck.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I didn't think I would need it today. So, and I'll put Lady Avalon,
Okay. Sounds
Maria's.
good.
Yeah.
Maria.
Here, so you don't hear me rummaging.
All right. Okay, Maria. Let's see what we got for you here. Artemis, coming back home after 14 months. Wow, that's a long time, hey? Wondering how it's going to go and if she'll like being back with me. Very nervous. Okay, okay. Oh, wow. I had to bring my cats to safety from domestic violence. Her brother sadly died in the meantime. Okay. And Maria, when you took Artemis to your mom's, was it Artemis and the brother that both went to mom's together, and now it's just going to be her coming home, or? That was great that you had a place to, temporarily rehome too. That's good.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay, they've always been together. Oh, okay. And how long ago did the brother pass away? I'm just wondering because animals grieve just like we do, and so I'm just wondering how that might play into the reading.
I'm almost like curious how the transition went initially.
Oh, the end of June. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. So like Elizabeth was saying, like how did Artemis sort of take to going to mom's, and has Artemis been acting different since the end of June? With the loss of
Okay, I'm
Bellamy?
back.
A month. It took about a month. Yeah. Okay. That makes
So,
sense.
how do we want to phrase the question? I might even like write this down so while I'm shuffling, I can look at it. I'm trying to do that a little bit more to help, my accuracy focus.
To help focus. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was just saying, she just wants to know how it's going to go with reuniting, Artemis back
Okay.
home to her place. She's been with mom for a while, 14 months, and Artemis had a brother that unfortunately passed away at the end of June. So now it'll just be Artemis coming home, like without, of course, the brother.
Okay. Yeah.
Hardscope is here. Hey.
Do you have anything that smells that could maybe have some type of smell and also something with your smell on it? Maria, like a blanket that she can snuggle that maybe smells like you. And also if it's one of those fluffy ones, they like to do the knead the biscuits and do the milking thing to give them comfort. When they're feeling anxious and stuff. So maybe that could be something that could be comforting to her. So
what's going on with the camera?
Just for my cat stuff.
There
we go. my love of cats and animals. Oh, hey, Kaylee, good to see you.
Hey.
And Fatima, blessings. And Hardscope, XDFX. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's Hardscope. He's at the gym right
Also,
now.
I'm just gonna say Hardscope. Yeah. Sorry if I botched that. Okay. All right. I just wanted to catch up on. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm good. I'm gonna mute myself while I shuffle, and whoever's ready first, just go ahead and go. You know, that's cool with me. So thank you.
I would love to start.
Go ahead. Yeah, definitely.
So I wanted to show you, I pulled the Three of Swords, and I didn't pull it, it flew out of the deck. For me, that's significant, right? Because this particular deck is like a rose petal finish and the cards stick together, and flying out of the deck is not something that usually happens. So a lot of transitions for this pet, which is sometimes difficult. But I wanted to pull a second card for you, and I got the Ace of Wands. So this could be a fresh start and a new beginning for all of you. But of course, keeping in mind that in the beginning, it's going to be a challenge, because coming home could trigger memories, right, from the brother. And of course, I'm sure that he has built a connection to your mom. So those are always hard, right? Because we as people miss, animals miss too. So I do see that in the beginning, it'll be a little bit of a challenge, but I do see it as a new journey, something exciting, and everything will be okay. And then in terms of charms, I pulled 2 charms, and the charms were locked together in place. So I'll show you. I pulled this wheel. I don't know if you can see that. There. I pulled this wheel, and I also pulled what I like to associate as the sign of, let me see, Taurus. Let me know if you can see that, Taurus. And the horn of Taurus was stuck in the wheel. And the first thing that comes to my mind is that sometimes we get like, because Taurus, right? They get like super cozy, comfy, and comfortable in their surroundings real fast, and then they don't want to shift or change or move. And so by having it come out interlocked with the other one, I got it as those feelings could inhibit the change in direction that this wheel is trying to make. So I'm feeling like there are certain things that we can do to help ease the transition so that it's not so painful for them or for you, because as the pet owner, we get very attached to our animals, and if they react differently towards us, it hits a certain kind of way. So anything that you can do to be especially patient and loving and nurturing, I think will help. Maybe surrounding Artemis, I believe his name was, with all of his favorite things, and maybe some of his brother's favorite things, and just being patient as you navigate through this, because it's difficult for everyone. It'll be difficult for mom, it'll be difficult for you, it'll be difficult for Artemis, but not impossible. And I wish you the best.
Yay.
Hey, that was great. How are you coming along, Ange?
I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay, you go ahead. Yeah, and then I'll go last.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
All
she
right.
says she's not working at the moment, so she can be home with her all day, which is amazing.
Ooh, yes. That's going to be really helpful for sure.
Yes.
Karen, could I just ask that this comment, just because it's covering me up a little bit and I just want to show the cards. Thank you. I appreciate it. Maria.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Aunt.
It's
Yeah.
okay. All right. So Maria, I actually have 3 major arcana. So there's no doubt that it definitely will be a challenging time at first, but it does end well. Okay. So we start off with the Devil card, and this here, specifically for this reading about Artemis, is talking about the attachments and the habits, not necessarily bad, but because the devil has many facets to them, but there are definitely attachments and habits that Artemis has picked up from being at mom's place, right? And so there's that, and then there was a little ladder that showed up, and it was connecting it to the Tower card. Okay, so the Tower card is really speaking to this sudden change, and that's going to be taking place with Artemis coming back home. And of course, this can also tie into the loss of the sibling in June. Right now, certain animals tend to, it's really fascinating, actually, if you've ever sort of looked into animal grief, and every animal grieves a little bit differently. Like elephants grieve very similar to humans, and as a matter of fact, elephants grieve longer than we do. Of course, grief is very personal, so in terms of like a time frame, I understand that, but there's a certain depth to grief, and I'm not really sure about cats. Actually, I would really be interested to know. So, like, is June long enough where the cat's sort of like, okay, like you said, like now the cat's used to getting more snuggles and more attention. So they're probably like, I don't know if that helps with the transition. But anyway, so the tower. Okay, now on the tower, though, I had this little charm. It's a little Chinese fortune cookie thing. And it says, you never hesitate to tackle the most difficult problems. Right. So it's saying that's for you. And it's saying that, yes, it's going to be challenging at first, but it does end well with the World card. Okay, so coming full circle, it's a sense of belonging and peace and settling in. You can see at the very bottom that little mouse, just picture a cat, settling in nicely to her new, or her original home. On there we have this like thorny looking heart, and so again, it does remind you that it might be a little prickly at first, but it's going to be okay. And then we end with the friendship card, because our pets are our friends, they're our family, and you're going to be reacquainted. And what landed on the friendship card was a little coffee. So a coffee for you and some treats for the kitty, and everybody will be back to normal. But yes, it's a rocky start, but it does end well. So I hope for a really good transition for you and Artemis.
Okay, sorry, I was just pulling. Oh, wow, that just flipped over. Okay, so wow. All right, so I think it's going to be a success because that's obviously what wanted to come out just now. So I just wanted to get like an overall, like emotion kind of thing.
Yeah.
I definitely think, Maria, that this is on the bottom of the deck. Like, I think this is a 6 of Cups. It's just gonna have like some maybe nostalgia, and some memories that'll come back. But there's also, though, too, here an opportunity to be generous and give her, the sole attention and treat her like a little princess kitty, because I did have like my princess flag came out. And I think she's like wanting somewhere that she can place this flag to call her home. I also, let's see, the center of everything right now, though, like we've got this 9 of Wands here. And, that's feeling a little tired, the changes a little bit, but also, maybe a little anxiety around that too. Kind of like, I'm not sure. I've got all these things right here, I'm not sure. So, I mean, it's natural for there to be some hesitancy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely think, though, that she will have some grief, but I also believe that you will have the wisdom necessary in your heart to nurture her. So I had an owl come out on the Nine of Wands. So I feel like almost like a little bit of a sense of sadness there, like she's by herself playing and might have memories, you know. So yeah. And I just did a quick Celtic. I'm just gonna do it real fast, okay? But like below, like we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, which is the way you would, you know, like to have it. But also look at this Five of Pentacles. You could see that she's going to have some memories there, but I think like she's had some healing from that, but this could just spark some new things that you'll have to get adjusted to. I mean, the state she is in, which is right in the past here, is good, wherever, you know, she's felt, you know, secure. But I think like she's worried about, because I've forgotten to tell you what was crossing here is, you know, the Ten of Swords, these changes, endings, beginnings, things like that. But, you know, I think we're all hoping that she's going to be a little princess empress. Let's see the crown, the tiara. She might like, you know, cuddly, snuggly things. And if any of these cats look like her, tell me, because I always find that fascinating when the cats that come out look like them. So what's going to happen here? Seven of Wands reversed. I'm reading that like as in she's going to let her guard down eventually. Okay. She's going to let her guard down a little bit on that one. And, you know, she's in a fair environment, like the justice. But she knows that there are consequences to actions as well. She doesn't bite your hand. But sometimes they do little love bites, though. They won't like totally, you know, go down in that way. But I think she's really hoping just to have some routine and something steady there. But eventually, though, I think she's going to open up because we got the Eight of Swords in reverse. She might like to play with rules. Watch the toilet paper. she might get a little crazy with the toilet paper there. Some of the charms that I had come out, they just kind of like fell out in one card here. Pisces. I don't know if Pisces is her sign, maybe, or maybe yours, Maria, or something's going to happen during Pisces season. Maybe this will get better. And then look, that's so funny. Like I had this, like, it looks like a little cat claw, doesn't it? And it almost looks like when you put the caps on the ends of the cat claws. So if for some reason you know, she probably wants to put some scratchers near the couch and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe there's something with her claws that'll just strike something with you later. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, now I know what it was going to be. This is made with love. She knows, she feels the love. And then look, we got a Mickey key. It's funny because Elizabeth got her Mickey ears on or whatever. But, you know, Mickey, that just kind of, and also a mouse they got. So she might like mouse toys too. She might be a ground hunter. But I think that you can unlock a key to maybe try to play with her, to distract her, give her play and stuff like that. But she does, you know, consider you a friend. And I think she's got a very gentle spirit to her. I pulled, gosh. This was kind of, it came from my Cats Against Anxiety, and I thought this was kind of different. Suggestion to come out. I was like, okay, that's why I pulled the emotion card, success. But this might be like a good coping thing for you. Maybe you feel like you're in a rush all the time right now, Maria. Time release. We often feel like there's never enough time. Rushing from one task to another. Release the sense of pressure. Take a breath. Take a moment to feel. Release the tension. Let go. 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 Let by choosing one task today and allow it to take as long as it takes. Go slow and enjoy the process. You don't have to have everything right to begin with. Just take one day at a time, one step at a time, and just stay positive and patient, which I definitely get those impressions from the few times I've, heard Maria talk. She doesn't seems like she'd be a very patient person. So, and then I always like to say, this is what the cat wants to tell you, is shine bright like a diamond. And that is my reading for you, Maria. I'm wishing you the best of luck through this process. And, if you ever need like any follow-up or anything, catch me later on one of my pet lives. So thank you so much.
Yes, Maria, thanks for letting us read for you, and please follow up with us. And we're all going to be curious now because we all love kitties. We want to know how Artemis is going to settle in. So we'll be asking when we see you around, if you don't mind sharing, that is.
I thought I put him in there. My son was asking me where his nuggets were.
Aw, nuggies.
Hi, Vivian. Welcome.
Hey.
Thanks, Jackie. We love it too.
Yes.
So Marie said, my mom has a mid-sized dog, so now she'll be the only pet in the home ever, but she seems to be okay with that. Her brother always snatched all the cuddles. Oh.
Yes.
I had her brother brought back to her after the vet so she could see and realize he is gone, and she understood. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, wow. Congratulations. I need to do that. Hi, Lottie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Ooh, Lottie just posted another piece that she was composing on her piano. So make sure to check out her channel. So beautiful. She did Carol of the Bells the other day, and that's one of my favorites. So yeah, she's got a wonderful channel. She's a wonderful musician.
Sorry, I was showing her the cats that were black from that spread.
Yeah.
Hannah. That's Dancing Soul Sisters. Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Yep, I see Elizabeth right below there. Thank you. Yes, Hannah.
That is.
I always second guess myself sometimes. Wow, Cat Daddy. I love it.
That's your new name. Can we call you Cat Daddy now?
Yeah. Oh. I love Golden. Oh my gosh, so sweet.
Oh yes.
So sweet. Are you now? Very demure. Are you now?
Okay.
Yes, we are simulcasting, Hannah. I'm just looking through. Are there any other questions that I haven't caught or starred off? Do you ladies notice any that I'm missing?
We can't see you in the beginning.
Yeah, we can't see what's starred. So
oh, it won't let you see what's starred at all either. Okay.
No,
I'm not sure. I've got only 2 others starred, and those were right from the beginning. So
I think there was Christine.
Christine had one.
Yeah, Christine was saying she's on your channel at 208. Would like a general reading from Higher Self.
Oh yes.
Guides.
Okay, I starred hers. My bad. Okay, do you want to do Christine's next and then Rhoda?
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah. And anyone else that wants a reading, just go ahead and put your question in chat. We're going to try to get to as many as we can.
And Christine just put, would like a general reading from Higher Self and Guides. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
And I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll get through these, and then and Christine is here. Thank you, Christine, for letting us know that. You know your stuff. Thank you. And then when we're maybe we'll just ask for more questions. That way I don't have to get so distracted trying to trail through in the chat. And then that way, there won't be as much delay we just keep trying out things and see what works and what
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's right. Just roll with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Flying cards. Okay. All right, Christine. General reading from your higher self guides.
Shall I start for Christine? Awesome. All right, Christine, I think your guides, your higher self, is wanting to kind of push you a little, maybe outside of your comfort zone. Maybe observing that you are in a routine right now and they're wanting something bigger for you. For you, I've pulled this card, Adventure. I love this card. You could see that they've kind of pulled out so you can kind of see it from a different perspective than if you were in the middle down here below, right? The viewpoint would be different. And I think what they're getting at here is that this isn't the type of adventure like, oh, okay, well, I'll go this weekend and I'll do this one thing and check it off and I'll be done. I feel like this is something that progresses slowly over time. And the reason that I say that is because I've also drawn the King of Pentacles. And you'll know this is very slow moving energy, very grounded energy, which is, you know, the backdrop that you can see here. This particular location is just known to be very healing, very grounding, perfect for your spirit. And the King of Pentacles is one of the things that I always think about with this card is leadership, right? And I'm getting the message like this is something that your guides want you to lead and create for yourself. In terms of a charm, I pulled the Pegasus. I don't know if you can see that, but for me, that's a sense of magic, of fantasy, of play and fun, inspiration. And I feel like these are some things that your guides are wanting you to take into consideration as you're thinking long term, right? Not just a month down the road. I'm thinking like 6 months, a year down the road. It's important because we as people tend to fall into routines sometimes. And so when we do that, it makes it hard to look at things from different perspectives. So this is what it's asking you to do, is kind of break out of your shell and do something a little bit different for you that will be very grounding, that will be healing and transformative in some sort of way. So I hope that you find the inspiration to give yourself this gift. All the best.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I love it. All right. Is it okay if I go, Karen? All right. We have, okay, Christine. So Christine, I am using the Winter Weight, the glitter edition. For anybody that's wondering, these are the backs. They're fabulous. So Christine, we start off with the Chariot card. And in this reading, your guides are wanting you to stay focused on that determination that you have right now. Okay. And actually, the charm of now literally fell out on that. So right now, they would like you to stay focused and stay determined on whatever it is, whatever goals and dreams and visions that you have been thinking about. Now is the time to sort of like take action and stay focused and stay determined. Don't let anyone or anything like knock you off your path. Okay. And then the major arcana cards are wanting to come out today. I'm telling you. We've got the strength card next to that. Okay, so the strength card is reminding you that true power comes from within. Okay, and that this little abacus fell out. And so in terms of your own power and your own personal strength coming from within, it's like a calculated thing in terms of how much you put into it and how much you allow others to have an influence, which, by the way, I know it's not easy to do, but we shouldn't really allow too much of the outside influence to you know, to take us off of our path. And then we have that little mushroom that you see in like the Mario games where when you take it, you grow. And so that landed on the strength card. And I thought that was so powerful because that is showing you that you're going to grow stronger within when you take this calculated risk, right? When you take the time to go within. And remember, 2025, we're heading into the Hermit year, and that's all about personal empowerment, personal strength, going within, taking that time to sort of build that inner resilience and inner strength. And then we have the King of Wands. So another king, right? So pay attention to that because kings are all about the master of their suit. They're about leadership. They're about stability. And the King of Wands, he's that fiery, passionate dude. And this is reminding you to lead with courage. Whatever this is, this Chariot card that's telling you to stay focused and determined, and the Strength card, stepping into your power, really going within and working on that. And then at the end, throughout that work, you're going to be this King of Wands, right? You're going to lead with courage. And the little hat fell out, and that tells me that you are going to be able to juggle all the things. You're going to be able to wear multiple hats because you've done the work to get there. And then we have a little hummingbird that might have a special significance to you. And then we're going to end here with the unstoppable card. Right. So you can see here, this is a very, very powerful reading, especially with the Chariot being like the first card, and we're ending with this unstoppable. You can see there's a lot of movement, but you have to understand like this is going to require a lot of work on your part, a lot of focus and determination again. And then on that unstoppable card, we have dream. And we have the little car, which kind of ties back into the Chariot. And you can see this momentum here with the unstoppable. So you have a lot of momentum building up, and your guides are very much telling you that it is in your hands in terms of where you'd like to steer your Chariot, right? Where do you want this to go? What do you want the outcome to be? So just stay focused, and I wish you all the best.
Okay. Hi, Christine. Okay, so I definitely get that movement is needed. That even makes me think of like the Eight of Wands,
Yes.
with the flying sticks. So that, yeah, and I think, with the green, that just makes me think of abundance and growth there. Movement is going to give you the abundance and growth that your soul is seeking here. But I really feel like you are letting yourself get tied down by maybe even perhaps some self-imposed restrictions here. But this card here, like, look, he's got this egg down there. But look, he's all wrapped up, kind of like the Eight of Swords. It's an interesting double card. This is the Tarot of the Abyss. So that's kind of the energy or the situation here. Is there's restrictions and things that you need to free yourself from. Okay. And literally, I mean, this is probably one of the most popular terms to come out is the leg of chain, right on the double, right?
How
And
fitting.
yeah, and you could even be maybe even working too much too, but and I think an obstacle that you're having right here is maybe even finding time for joy, finding others that you feel joy with, and but also this is something that could free you, but there could be some people that you need to move on past though too, because the advice card that I got here is the Six of Swords, but it was in reverse. And that's hanging on to things that we need to move forward and that's that movement, the Six of Swords. And that can even be, literal travel over water. But, it can be just a journey, in your mind to get out of your head about some things too, and to seek peace going forward. And the reason why I was saying you could be a workaholic though too, I had my late little business lady come out. There's that, the restrictions and like that kind of feel here. And then I had the little purple teddy bear, and purple is like a spiritual color to me. And, the teddy bear, like little Care Bears, huggy bears, and that was right over the Three of Cups, maybe something to taste the sweet parts of life and enjoy the sweetness of life. Maybe you're gonna have to broaden your search to find, people that you can get that experience from here. I pulled as an advice, I pulled from my Angels and Ancestors deck. And I forgot to tell you, the Page of Wands reversed is on the bottom too. I feel like you might be feeling like a little bit out of steam, a little disappointed, maybe even a little scattered and unmotivated. And the Page of Wands too has that playful, fiery, like little nature, and we'll go around and explore and just have fun and live in the moment. Really good at living in the present and having fun. But I pulled Stargazer for you. And there's some zodiac signs and stuff on here too. So you might want to look at your chart and see what transits are coming through. Could be something that will help your a goal or something that you have. There might be some insight that you can get from your chart on better times to do things, to use the energy to your advantage. But it says set your sights higher. Set your sights higher, just like on this, Six of Swords. Like look at that turbulent water, but she's, flying right over it on that bird. I did want to read you this because it's so good. It says you are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There's nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or a pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe. And the universe is not only within you, it absolutely freaking adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. So find your fire. Look at the bigger picture. Set yourself higher. Get out of the chains. I feel like this really is kind of like the Eight of Swords, is to unbind yourself from that and to feel life and to get out of your head. And that's my thing for you. I loved that message from that Stargazer card. I had to read it. It was too good.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was. And Karen, do you mind, I wanted to respond to something that she left in the comment in the chat.
Absolutely.
She was talking about how she's having like doing a lot of projects, right? A lot of things. And something about what she said, right? About your little businesswoman doll. She said, not in a dress, but in sweatsuit. And I don't know. I just think about when you wear a sweatsuit, right? Like, because it's comfortable, because it allows you to do things easier. You have more flexibility and more movement to go. And this might be saying you might have to like downshift into a lower gear and slow down a little bit, instead of trying to like be in all the places and doing all the things all at once.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe not like doing more, but like focusing.
Yeah.
Having a focus and a vision with what's going on. Yeah, rather than running yourself, ragged. And I mean, it seems like it just needs a little fun. Yeah, to feel some joy, especially like coming into this holiday season. But I also get that, like, I feel like there's a lot of pressure and worry in the thoughts, and trying to get over those stormy seas there. Yeah. So I really feel like, just broaden the picture. Look out further.
Yeah,
And
there was an overall message of like simplify and focus. Yep, and slow down.
yeah,
all of that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because that Page of Wands in reverse can be that scatterbrain too, not focused. Like you just feel like you're doing things without doing a lot without any thing to show for it. So, but anyways, thank you so much for letting us read for you, Christine. And thank you, Elizabeth, for pointing that out. Because I'm not really good at focus and slow down. Yes, me too. I'm happy that makes sense. Business doll, not in dress, but sweatsuits. But yeah, it's the same. Yeah, this is from work. I know you've been going through a lot. And I did want to say hey to, she's saying hi to Jackie and Lottie there, but I did want to say hey to Dina, because I did see her pop in. So, we love Dina. Okay, so now we have Rhoda, and then we can, if people maybe want to start, thinking about questions, we're going to take another, round, because we might actually have finished these up, and not be too far past the hour mark here. And so then we'll, maybe can do another set and be done. So.
Sounds good. Hey, Courtney.
Okay, cool.
How are you? Nice to see ya. Rhoda. We need to hear today. Hey, Courtney. Yeah, we'll definitely get to you. Thanks for your question. All right, Rhoda, what do we need to hear today?
Okay. Okay. Here's Courtney's question. Hi, Courtney. I'm going to star yours right now. Okay, awesome. All right, and I'm going to guess already who's going first probably is Elizabeth. She's always so bad. All right, I'm just going to mute myself and, we'll just do like we've been doing. All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that was funny.
All right, let's see. Okay.
This is so funny because I feel like there's a theme with the messages today. It's a theme. So Rhoda, since you were asking what you needed to hear today, I thought that the perfect deck would be this fortune cookie oracle deck. So I pulled cards for you from here. So I'm going to give you your fortune cookie today. And the first message is appreciate the simple things. Appreciate the simple things. And then the second card that I pulled was things will cool down, which kind of speaks to the time of year that we're in. And I get this sense of slowing down. The charm that I pulled, Pentacles. Let me see if you can see that. The Pentacle, which for me is just like a huge calling out to you to slow down, simplify, and by suggesting appreciate the simple things, in my mind, the first thing I get is gratitude. Because when you slow your roll enough to start having a feeling of gratitude for the things that you have that are present in your life right now, that really helps to lift your spirit, lift your mood. And sometimes, especially at this time of year, things get out of hand. We're trying to do so many different things. You run out of time in your day, and then the days are getting shorter too. So it feels like you're running out of time, which almost wants to make you like kick into high gear. But I feel like what this is telling you to do is slow down. When I look at this card, things will cool down. What happens? When it gets really cold, you slow down. You don't have a choice. It's too cold. It's hard to move. It's hard to do anything. So that I feel is the greatest message that I can provide to you today is take some time to come into yourself, to come to ground and come into your body and simplify and appreciate the things that you have, and don't worry so much about what you didn't have time to do, because there's always tomorrow. That is what I have for you, friend.
Oh, that was great. Okay.
Are you ready, Ange, or do you? Yeah, I didn't like. I don't feel like I just focused just then when I was like, this doesn't. Like, yeah, I think my mind might have been elsewhere when I just pulled this last card, so I just need to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, like I was like, yeah, I need to make sure I do better on that.
That happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Too many spirit.
Okay.
Okay.
All
go.
right.
Thanks.
Rhoda.
Sorry about that.
No worries. It's all good. Sometimes spirit takes a little bit longer to to get the message across to us. So, Rhoda, what do you need to hear today? So your guides are very much so let's start with the King of Wands. He comes out again, but this is in a different deck. This is in the Winter Season Tarot. So you can see here this King of Wands. When I saw this and I saw your question, I immediately have the feeling of like you stepping into or being, not necessarily, you are mama bear. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a mother, but there is something, I want to say a family situation where you are the go-to, you are the nurturer, the protector, you sort of keep things together, or you try to at least, as much as you can. And we have the pipe wrench that landed on that, which is all about fixing things. So you try to nurture, you try to fix things, you try to keep everything sort of together, right? But then we also have the Seven of Swords. Now, in this deck, it's very much talking about being truthful to yourself, right? But most importantly, if something doesn't feel right to you of what people are saying, right, then you need to go with that gut, with your intuition, right? So are people trying to lie to you or betray you kind of thing? Also, it can also point to you being trapped in old ways of thinking, right? Are you holding on to something from the past or something, and it's like festering up inside of you, right? So it can go both ways. But specifically though, with this family thing that I'm sensing, or it could be friends, but family or friends, just be careful what you're hearing from people, right? Just go with that intuition to see if it feels right to you. And we have the little temperature. So feel out the temperature of the situation, right? If it feels cold, I believe Elizabeth was just mentioning about the cold, right? If it feels cold, if it feels off, it probably is. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. And this is all about you ensuring that you have those boundaries for yourself. We have the charm that says believe in yourself as well. So this is you, still being the leader and the protector that you are, but just feeling out, just making sure that the people around you are being honest with you. And then, the Nine of Wands, just keeping those boundaries up, because if you let them down too much, then potentially people could take advantage of you. And then we end with the adaptability card. All right. And so there is a situation, perhaps it's around the holiday season, I'm not sure, or upcoming into the new year, but there is something that you'll have to adapt to around this situation that I was just talking about being nurturing and caring and things like that. So just be careful of what people are saying, maintain your boundaries, still maintain that protector mode, but there's definitely going to be some adapting that needs to happen along with it. So that's what I have for you.
I love that.
Yes, that was really good. So I I got a letter R. Rhoda and an R and O. Row. Or should I do this or should I do that? I don't know. That just looked, I was like, oh yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. So, um, I got movement came out again, like that really wanted to come out. And I'm really like feeling like this is that Eight of Wands feeling. Like everything is feeling kind of fast right now, but there's love. And also the two that makes me think of too, like balancing out, uh, our heart chakra too, because it's our most powerful energy center, and uh, it's the one that will speak the most loudly to the universe to feel your vibration, because it literally puts out more energy um, than any other part of your body. I had three. I asked for it, and when I did my redraw, I asked for it. I got three major arcanas from the Housewives. Um, so I mean, I really do feel like like this the salmonella or whatever. There's some things that need to change. Some changes is needed. Um, Transitions, transformations, that sort of thing here. And you'll know what those are for you. And but I really feel like I don't know if this represents somebody for you. Uh, if they make you think of somebody with this Emperor energy, or they have Emperor, the Aries in their chart. But I feel like, okay, let me go and tell you what the advice was. All right. So the advice is the Hierophant. And it's funny from this deck, and it really didn't even click with me last night until I just read it again. With it being a TV, it's funny because the guidebook talks about it, the TV kind of being like an oracle. Just use the guide and ask a question and flip through the stations or whatever. But the Hierophant, that is all about what's expected of us, traditions, societal expectations, things with your family, and also teaching and um, mentors, that sort of thing. But it's a very conservative, what's predictable. So I feel like you're going to have to keep certain things in mind during this time, but you might need to break free from some of those, with death, being the situation, and the Hierophant being the advice. I'm almost wished I would have put these in my reversed, or had done it, but I just still have all these upright. But with this Emperor, I mean, there's an obstacle here, and the Emperor has a really he's kind of like that dad leader energy. Can be a little meticulous, a little dull, but he's the boss, and he cares about what is materially right, what's going on here. So, I mean, there could be a power dynamic struggle here, where you kind of have that going on. And I pulled a moon card for you, and it says communication is key, new moon in Gemini. I think we just had the full moon in Gemini, right? And the this new moon will be in Capricorn, okay? And if you think about what Capricorn with the devil are, restrictions and things, I feel like that's been coming out. And also too, the devil around the holiday season, people thinking that, placing a lot of value on materialistic things and materialism, I feel like is kind of coming out. But I feel like you can work on this, and maybe a good goal would be to set some intentions with that new moon, and hopefully by this next crescent phase there, And then there's some crystals there too, and some little mycelial little mushrooms too that are with the crystals. And they have the mycelial network. I really feel like that's can link back to that communication, just setting better roots for that to flow. And the bottom energy, I mean, I really feel like, yeah, this is like, the dull things, the routines of life. Um, I really feel like, yeah, you're kind of going through that right now. Um, and reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need with death, too. And this was the magpie, okay? And with that being a bird, it just said like this is something when you feel under distress with all the movement and everything going on. It suggested to like listen to maybe some relaxing music. I do feel like you might need, I feel like you've got to like feel like you're putting on your helmet, for game day protection here. But just do that came out with the wing, and I really feel like that this is saying like, angel protection. They almost like came out like right next to each other over love, and I thought that was nice. So, yeah, I really feel like we're just falling into these themes right now. The Hierophant, I feel like, is going to be like the card that just keeps coming out. But, whatever you do, just be yourself. And also, communication is key, during these times. And you might have to, temper yourself a little bit at times too, if anybody's being too overbearing with that emperor energy. But what all this means for you. If I were doing a private reading, of course, we could really get into it. But I hope that you got something out of that, Rhoda, and we appreciate you letting us read for you. Thank you.
That's great. I was looking for feedback from Rhoda, but unfortunately, I don't think she's here. So I think we forgot to ask if she was present in the chat.
I think I did. Okay, I forgot because Christine. Oh, yeah, I did.
No, it's all good. I thought I saw her in the chat and then I didn't, and it's okay. But yeah, it's anybody that's asking for a reading, we ask that you're present for your reading, just because we may have questions or we need feedback. But I know that Courtney's here because she just asked her question.
Yeah, I know Courtney. Yeah. Oh my Lord, I need to go check what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Take your time. Go. I've already began pulling cards for Courtney because I was focusing on her question while Karen was doing the other. So I just need a little bit more time because I have to pull some charms.
For Courtney.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Courtney Elf. That's so fun.
Yeah, Courtney. She's a fantastic photographer. She takes predominantly like nature photos, and she's really good. So yeah, she has an Instagram page, and everybody should go check her out.
Well, in that case, I have to use my Naturescapes.
Yes, she would love that.
Mm.
Okay, so
And Courtney, I'm hoping to clarify your question. When you say New Year's, are you meaning like what you're looking forward to in the new year, or were you invited somewhere and you're wondering how the event will go that evening?
okay, so
Lord, they were standing up on top of a piece of furniture shaking, and I was like, oh my gosh. I don't even know how they did that. Wow. Okay, I'm going to mute myself again then so I can pull cards.
Okay, Courtney, actually, I'm just gonna roll with this here because I have some information for you. So, we start off with the Temperance card, and you can see this person like standing on thin ice, right? In this particular reading, when I'm focusing on 2025 for you, I'm seeing that, Spirit is really asking you to, um, don't get distracted from others around you and what's happening around you, right? Like, don't rush into anything. As you know, when you're walking on thin ice, you kind of have to like sort of do it gracefully. You don't want to fall through. So focus, like step by step focus, and don't be distracted on what's going on around you. There's no need to rush into anything. Take your time. And the charms that came out with that is the little hat, and the now card. So the little hat is just, I mean, you can see she's wearing a hat in the picture. She would look cute in that hat too, wouldn't she? But the hat is all about, you know, reminding you, to stay focused, like thinking cap, stay focused, take it step by step. And the now thing came out again on Temperance to focus on that right now. And then as we move into it, we have the 9 of Cups. And, in the traditional RWS, this is the wishes fulfilled. You see the gentleman surrounded by all the cups and all the trophies and things like that, right? So, yeah, this is definitely talking about your abundance in all forms, health and prosperity and things like that. We have the little like the Buddha statue reminding you that you have the power to sort of manifest what it is that you want in terms of abundance in your life. And then I actually had the money fall out right here. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. So you definitely have some luck on your side in terms of that in the new year. And then we also have the 10 of Wands, right? So I always like a balanced reading. Not everything can be great, but you know what? This 10 of Wands is not, it's not a bad thing. This here is a specific individual focusing on their craft of climbing a mountain on ice climbing. I mean, as you know, that's a really specific skill that takes strength and determination, right? But in this one here, it is reminding you that you don't have to carry all the weight of something alone, but specifically, it is also inviting you to finish what you've started, right? So 2025 is a time to sort of wrap things up, tie things up. What is it that you started in 2024 that you really want to finish or finally begin, right? Because we also have the little chicken, and that's on the 10 of Wands. And as a chicken sits on her nest, right, and in order to have those eggs hatch, right? And that is very much what it's asking you in this 10 of Wands is what is it that you've started that you need to sort of keep sitting on your nest so that that your eggs hatch, right? So focus on that. And then we end with the departure. So, this card could definitely mean that you are taking a trip in the new year somewhere. But it could also point to departure in terms of leaving something behind in 2024 and don't take it into 2025 with you. Specifically, something from our past Blockbuster. Maybe a lot of us are familiar with Blockbuster and we miss it. This is something from the past that is unfortunately no longer in terms of the video store. So that's where I got the past part from for departure. Maybe there is something that you would it would benefit you to leave it in the past and not carry it with you. And then we have a little doggy, and although it doesn't necessarily look like your doggy, I definitely got the vibes of your faithful pet that you always post about, and your pet will definitely be by your side in the new year to encourage you to continue doing what it is that you are focused on. It doesn't necessarily have to be climbing an ice mountain, but I definitely know that you will have some goals in mind. So just stay focused, right? Don't rush into anything. Take your time. Don't let people or places or news or anything in the world distract you from what you're doing. Yeah, and definitely there are some moments of abundance and success for you in the new year, Courtney. So that's what I have for you. So thanks for being here. All right.
Elizabeth, do you want to go ahead?
I can, yes.
Okay, all right.
I can. So I asked Courtney for a little clarification. It sounded like she does have something going on New Year's Eve. So my reading will just have a slightly different view than Angie's, because I looked at it from a different perspective. So for you, I have pulled out the Emperor card, and I'm using my photographic deck since I hear that you are a photographer yourself. This is the beautiful and majestic Emperor. Now, I'm not sure if you are an introvert or an extrovert, but that definitely plays into the reading when we consider leaving our homes and being around other people at a social event. And in my mind, I imagine the Emperor being fully in control, stepping into the space, taking up space, kind of commanding attention, and working the room. Is how I'm seeing it. And the second card that I pulled for you was Eight of Swords. And let me see if I could get a little bit closer so you can see. I feel like this is just like a little bit of advice, like, you know, don't get too much in your head, and you know, don't let fears or worries kind of cloud the mood for the evening. For the Oracle card, I pulled Wonder. So remember what the spirit of the evening is for. Remember why you're there, and pull a little bit of this energy into the evening as you prepare. In other words, perhaps set this intention for yourself as you are preparing yourself to step out for the night. In terms of a charm, this is the second time this charm comes out. This is a wheel. I forget what you call these on a ship, helm or whatever, the steering wheel on a boat. But in the way I'm looking at this is you're in command. You get to decide how this all plays out for yourself. You're in charge. And, you know, if there's turbulence, if there's choppy waters that are trying to kind of throw off your game, there's a way for you to regain control of that. Control, the Emperor, you are in control. So that is what I have for you. I hope I understood your question. And I hope that this helps in some way. And thank you for letting me read for you. I can't wait. I saw you posted your Instagram. I can't wait to go and take a look.
Mm-hmm.
I can say those are great, both great readings. Thank you so much. And Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, yeah, I pulled one of your cards too. For Courtney. I just wanted to go up. I did see, hey Bill, I wanted to let you know that I did see you, and I wanted to say
Hey.
hello, friend. So
Aw.
once I finish up my reading for Courtney, let's see, we'll talk about, you know, the next. But if anybody has any questions, now would be a great time to send them in, because I'm looking and I don't think I have anybody else. Yeah, because we already did this. Okay. All right, cool. So with that said, yeah, so I just looked at it because I did see your comment about wanting to see about for that night. Okay. And Like, this is gonna be a celebration. This is Six of Wands.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. And your advice is, you know, take a chance, take a leap, go against, anything. I love that. A closet extrovert. Well, that's that Uranus, even an Aries energy with that full. Just taking a leap of faith and just going with it. Because I really do feel like otherwise you're gonna feel the Eight of Swords stuck in your head, and might feel, yeah, some regret, because that's a really rebellious energy, and that's even fire energy there too. That's, that Leo, that lion, wanting to be seen, to be heard, to have fun. I mean, that person is inside of you, and they can act out a little bit if you don't let them out every now and then. Don't tie them up. I really am perplexed, and I don't know if this will mean something for you, but I had a man's shoe come out, and it looks like, like kind of like a dress Oxford. And then I had a little elephant with like a heart and all kinds of they look kind of like Indian, patterns and everything like that. They look, it's pretty, and it looks like he's got like the thing that you can ride him to. So with elephants, I think they have great memories, but also with that heart there, I'm getting like this love of travel, because they're always roaming, right? And then I had a horse come out, you get that freedom, that roaming, a bicycle that came out. I didn't mean to pick up so many. This crescent moon, y'all, something with the crescent moon. I think it's a collective thing. Is there anything significant about 2015 for you, Courtney? That was the year of this penny. And you got my brand new popcorn charm. Give them something to talk about. Or, you probably might see some things too that you're like, oh gosh, watch this. That's what I use my popcorn charm for. Is like, oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, your road bike and your Chinese zodiac is the horse. That's so cool. And I think like you've got queen energy here. And you got like a spirit animal. The dragonfly to me is a very spiritual animal. And I mean, I think of that one too, like transformational processes. But they're quite fascinating creatures. And did I literally tell you? Oh, and you had an L that came out too. So I don't know. I mean, I know you have a few L in your name, but I don't know if there's somebody that's significant to you with that L. Okay. But look at this, your oracle. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Look at that. Holy moly. I just noticed this. Okay. Look at the moon in that. And then at my crescent charm. It's actually, so I'm seeing it in exactly the same way that it's shown. So let me flip it. It's kind of hard to see. But anyways, I wish I had like tweezers or something, to hold that up. It's such a tiny charm. So yeah, I think it's a time to tap into that cardinal energy, cardinal fire energy. And that is an energy that will think first. I mean, not think first, the do. They don't get caught up in their head. like with the Eight of Swords. Um, and but of course, you have to be cautious. Like I expect that you have good common sense. But it is a wonderful, delightful energy to be around in that cardinal fire. We need cardinal signs to start to do things, to get things going, and they're leaders too. So that is my message for you, Courtney. And you see cardinals a lot too. Cool. That's my sign for my dad. Whenever I always think that he's around or thinking of me in heaven whenever I see a cardinal too. They're very spiritual birds. All right. So did we have anybody else ask any questions?
Yes, there's one that just asked on your channel there. It is, what a lovely day.
I was looking at this. Do you all have a card you very rarely pull?
Oh.
Do
I have?
I say for me, it's in cycles because there's cards that I pull and I'm like, again. And then there's other cards that I'm like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
But there's an ebb and flow.
Oh, here's one. Okay, I just saw, hi, what a lovely day. I just starred you. Let's see. Let's say actually could I have a message for my guides, so not the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's a card I rarely pull. No, I think it's more the opposite. I think, like Elizabeth said, there's some, we call them stalker cards.
Yeah, they catch my attention.
Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles was coming up so much before, like several months ago, and then it sort of went away, and now it's back. And I mean, I was just shuffling my deck earlier, and it flew out, and I was like, okay, I see you. So it's kind of fun to pay attention to that sort of thing.
Oh yeah. You know what, Sandy, my answer will probably come as I'm doing this next reading, and I'll see something, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a card I'm not seeing a lot of at all right now. So I just hadn't really thought about that part of it. It's usually the ones I'm seeing a lot I'm thinking about. Okay,
this is gonna sound super nerdy, but I used to have a spreadsheet where I tracked all the cards that I pulled for myself and then kind of look at it from a holistic viewpoint. And I did it a couple, but it was just
what I wish I had the discipline to do.
Yes. So I was like, I can't do this. I can't. But it was cool. It was cool to see.
I love that, actually.
That's awesome. You are very welcome, Courtney. She said thank you so very much for the readings. They were beautiful.
Yes, of course.
You're very welcome, Courtney. We appreciate you. I didn't mean to cut you off, Ange.
No, not at all. I was just agreeing with what we were saying. Yeah. No,
okay, awesome. So, all right. So, what a lovely day. Are you still here? I just saw late ritual. Sassy pants come in.
Hey. How are you, Tom? How's it going? Are you off now, Tom, for some holidays, or do you have to work?
Nicole. Okay. Hi, Nicole.
Nicole.
That is nice. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And since I just did that, yeah, Tom. Okay. I'm glad you're here. I was just messing with you.
Like, oh, Tom, did you take some time off to recover from the live the other night? That was so awesome.
What live? What happened?
He was on with Ramon.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's probably some of the deepest questions I've ever heard Ramon ask anybody. I was like, poor Tom. He's like,
I was sweating. I was sweating in my seat. Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, it was an interview. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a
Yeah.
notification for that.
Yeah, I was behind the
Too.
cards, or is it? No, not behind the
No,
cards. No,
his is
in
in
orbit with.
orbit.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
tired me out
Okay.
with his questions. Tom, he tired me out, and I wasn't on the hot seat, so I understand.
Now
I
I'm
sat there
really
like,
gonna go back and watch
jaw
this.
on the ground. What?
Yes. It was good. It was really good. Yeah, I love all of his shows. Him and Bobby Fierro how they do behind the cards. I love those two shows because it's something different and it really allows us to get to know one another. You know, I mean, these people are asking
Absolutely.
questions that we wouldn't ask each other behind the
Right.
scenes. You know, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, I would have never thought to ask that. So it
Some
was
of
really
those
good.
questions were questions I don't think I've ever asked myself.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah, he said that. I crafted these specifically for you, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. You're like, great. Oh, Tom.
Yeah, Bobby made me feel so comfortable. I had so much fun doing
Yeah.
and the cards. We were just like over 2 hours. It didn't feel like it. We were
Yes.
I felt like it was fun. I don't know, but I was just talking. So I don't know.
I was nervous for that too because even though he sometimes will ask similar questions, it's not necessarily the same. So you can't like prepare ahead of time to be like, what is he going to ask? It's like, no, it's just on the spot. And I think that's the point, is to sort of like pull you out of your comfort zone and get to know you a little bit more. And so, yeah, yeah, Ramon did say that he wants me on in orbit, and I was like, oh. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Oh boy. I'm like, I gotta follow up after Tom. Like, wait a minute. Like, I don't know about this.
Note to self: take my ADD medicine before I do anything like that.
Oh my god. It'll really feel like we're in orbit. Woo! Here we go. Oh.
Otherwise, I'll be like, what? Or totally going off the rails.
Oh yeah, it was kind of like a last minute live too. Hey Tom, like you didn't really plan for it. Just like, because I didn't see it scheduled, and all of a sudden it popped up on my notification. I thought, what? You're going live today? I didn't know this. So yeah, I remember it was, yeah, you guys were supposed to plan it a while ago, but life happens, and yeah. Okay, Nicole, I promise you I am focusing. Just chatting away here. Nicole. It's okay. Ooh. Mhm. Mm. Wow. Okay, let's go with that. Mm.
Sorry, I had to laugh at the synchronicity that I just noticed.
That's funny. I had a certain reaction when I pulled my cards, and then I heard Angie's reaction, and now yours, and I'm like, oh, okay.
What is going on?
Something magic is crackling in the air.
Okay.
Pulling my left.
Mm. Nicole, I have all swords for you. Every one of them is a sword. So if you're not already familiar with the swords in the tarot, they connect to our mind, our intellect, our thoughts, right? And so when three come up, it's a very specific message to our thoughts, our communication. So we start off with the Queen of Swords, right? And she is very powerful in the deck. I always say she uses that sword to cut through all the bullshit. She very much is a strong, powerful woman um, that not only speaks her truth, but expects those around her to do the same. Now, when I really focus on your energy with the Queen of Swords, I feel like this is energy that you are currently tapping into, like navigating. And I say that because we have like the maze on the dice here. And so, it can take some time, right, to step into this archetype. This comes with life experience, right? And next we have the Ace of Swords. And this is all about gaining that mental clarity. If you have a new idea, we have the 3D glasses that came up with with the Ace of Swords, right? So this really does tell me that you are seeing things in a new light, if you will, because you have to have the right screen in order to see the 3D image appear. And that you're trying to get this new idea, this new thought out from you and into the world, right? And then you step into the King of Swords. So that's, I mean, my gosh, these are really powerful cards, right? So the King of Swords, this is about being strategic, really mastering your thoughts. And we have the fidget spinner with that. So this can remind you, right, that when your mind starts running and everything like that, that with the Ace of Swords, this idea, this clarity that you're seeking for this idea, right? In order to achieve that, we do definitely have to sort of calm this spinning mind and like with the Queen of Swords with the maze, right? So it can be like a lot up there, but if you really do take your time and focus, right? And again, a key word for Ace of Swords is clarity. So to gain that clarity for that idea that you have, so just take your time with it and slow your mind down and really focus on the way that you're communicating with yourself and others. And then we end with news. So with news, we have two charms that fell out. We have the little ghost with the little heart, and we have the little butterfly. And so when I get those two together, especially with news, that's definitely news coming in from somebody that has passed on. So definitely pay attention to even the smallest of details around you, because there is somebody from the other side that is trying to communicate with you. And, again, with 3 swords in the suit as well, it could be also inviting you to improve your communication, with your loved ones on the other side. But it also could mean just in general, your communication with people on this side, of course, but also to be mindful of your thoughts and don't let them run away on you. Like, try to keep them focused so that way you can gain the clarity that you are seeking. Okay, that is what I have for you. All right.
Okay, Elizabeth, do you want to go next? Or do you want me to go next?
Like my reading is the advice, so I think I'll pause.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then go ahead. Yeah. Is that you were saying like you're going?
I'll pause. You go ahead. I'll pause. You go. I'll pause. You go.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was confused by that because I was like, oh, you've got the advice, so you should go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. So, kind of like in your like your physical and emotional realm, which is one of the most instinctual parts of our bodies, right? We get this 8 of Needles, which is the 8 of Swords. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. And, you know, she's trying to sew back everything back together when she's taken apart by the professor, right? Because I think he'd punish her because she got out and wandered around, and he would, you know, try to keep her from doing that. So she was just fixing herself again there. But, you know, obviously she all she wants to do is get out and enjoy things. So there could be like some kind of restrictions and blockages there, in your emotions and everything. Maybe feeling like your hands are almost tied. I have no control over this, but you know, with the Eight of Swords, it's not always pleasant, but we do have, you know, a choice. And especially like when we're looking at, you know, realities of our body, there could be some things we can make time to do for there. And also, you know, root chakra healing, the body, I think, and you know, with the needles are like swords to me, so that's like throat and like third eye to me. But anyways, I digress. But emotionally, you might feel held back in some way here as well. I had this like little street lamp guy come out, and then a flashlight, and it was like right on top of the Eight of Swords. So there might be something emotionally and physically you need to look into right now, or you know, shine a light on something that's going on there. So be mindful of, you know, any sensations, feeling. This is for entertainment purposes only. Just to be mindful of your body and your feelings as well as you have them. But you know, your mental space, we got the Chariot. This is Santa, you know. That's a determined, you know, mind, balancing, you know, the mind and the emotions, and you know, going through it. It's self disciplined, and it's funny. Like I got another horse, and this is a different one because I've got a few of these horses in here. And it came out right on top of the Chariot. And I got this like shell, but it looks like, I mean, I guess it's closed up because it's double-sided and almost looks like an oyster shell. What do oysters have? Oh yeah, it is an oyster shell. And it's closed, or a clam shell or an oyster shell of some sort. But you know, with the oyster, there is a pearl inside. And, you know, with the Chariot that's Cancerian energy. And Cancerian is it's an emotional, there's a deep running emotion and a need to have emotional security there. So it really like takes, you know, mind over matter sometimes to get through this Chariot thing. And you could also be thinking about some travels coming up as well. I had the Virgo sign come out and Aquarius on top of the Chariot. So these could be, you know, if you've got some Cancerian energy, Virgo or Aquarius, or know some people. But also when you think about the Chariot, Cancer is a cardinal sign. So it's a leader, and they start things just in a different kind of way than you think of with a normal like fire. That fire cardinal, it'll be a little bit different. But so when you think of like Virgo is very mutable, and Virgo kind of like is very adaptive and wraps things up and can kind of you know, adapt to changes. And it's like that change right before we start a new season. But with Aquarius, yes, Aquarius can be very individual and everything, but Aquarius can be very stubborn too, with fixed ideas, fixed thought. Okay, so maybe it does take those Virgo qualities though of being, you know, diligent and tapping into that. and almost with an Aquarius too, being fixed and stubborn enough, to keep going, right? Um, but in your spiritual space, I got the Three of Presents, and I thought that was nice. It's like working, cooperating, teamwork with spirit. I don't know, but also it's when you think about it, the Pentacles, the presents, there is things that we can touch, feel, sense on a realistic level. So there could be some things that you're putting work into that it pays off in the in the 3D world here. I had the letter U fall out on top of that. Okay. And the overall advice is the King of Potions. I really, there's that water energy, and the King of Potions, King of Cups. He has to balance like his emotions. He tempers them. Like like in the RWS, he's like sitting on his throne while the ocean's just like, and he can't be moved. Nothing falls out of the cup. It's a very diplomatic, but also it can be, a nurturing, very helpful energy, but it's not gonna like, the emotions are very balanced. There's not like ups and downs and everything like that. And you don't let your emotions run amok and go out of control. And so it's just, all about that balance. And it's funny because speaking of Sandy, cards that never come out. I know this is an oracle, but still, I've never had this card come out before. The Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. And look, you got the little grasshopper and that balance. And I mean, I really kind of get that, with being graceful, like overall, with that balanced feeling. I had looked in the book. I said I never pulled this one before. And something about refocusing is a message right now too, right? It says you are being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. The King of Cups is not a rusher either. He's very patient.
Mm-hmm.
A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be very beneficial for what happens next. And it doesn't say anything else after that. So, but I would just say, like, it's just really like you're on your physical and your emotional planes right there. And that makes sense with the King of Cups being the advice too. Something there. So I would say really like be mindful and listen into your emotions and also how your body reacts while those happen too. That's just something that came into my head for a reason. So I think that could help you. So we can like create stress and all kinds of things. Our bodies respond to our emotions and our thoughts. So we have to. It's hard to keep it all lined up, right? It never will be. But all we can do is do our best.
Karen, just quickly with that King of Cups or the King of Potions and that flashlight, this came up, that exact pair came up in a
Holy
reading
crap,
for
look at
you.
that.
That flashlight. Yeah. So this came up for you in a reading a couple months ago. And I just wanted to point that out again because, that is like reminding that, your internal light, right, can help guide you in your emotional balance and things like that. So
Yes. Oh my
I didn't mean to
gosh.
intervene there, but I'm like,
No,
it came out again.
that's crazy. Oh wow. Well, hey Nicole, we're linking together. Okay, she's doing it again. I gotta go get her, but I just finished. So did we have? I'm gonna let
Elizabeth.
y'all like, you know, Okay, Elizabeth. That's right, because she
Yeah.
usually goes before me. See,
Yeah,
Elizabeth?
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I gotta go
Sorry.
take care of these like little wild children. All
That's
right.
okay. You got a lot going on over there. It's all
Thanks.
good.
So I know that she was mentioning Virgo, and I was just looking at my wee moon calendar. It looks like the moon just shifted into Virgo from yesterday to today. So I wanted to mention that because just kind of based on the chat, it looks like you do follow astrology pretty closely. So I wanted to bring that to your attention if you weren't already aware. But like I said, I feel like my reading might be a bit of advice for you. And so I pulled a card from the Oracle deck first. And this is just one of my most favorite cards in this deck. I hope you love it. Optimism. This, I love this card, and I feel like the message for you, because with all of those, because I think Ange pulled 3 swords cards for you, and I
Yep.
feel like this is just a reminder to keep that hint of optimism, because even though it's heavy to move through that kind of energy, sometimes you need a little bit of this to help you maneuver the situation. So in addition to the optimism card, I pulled the Queen of Wands. So let me put her over here. So you could see in this particular deck, sadly, there's no kitty cat. That makes me sad. But, you know, she has her sunflower, which I love because, again, it's a reminder of that free spirit energy. And I couldn't help but notice that in this deck, she carries a candle. And I thought that was so cool because Karen, I think she pulled out a flashlight and a lantern. And now here you have a candle, right? It's a reminder. I feel like this is a reminder that you can bring the light, right? You can bring the light to any situation. And then the other thing that I pulled out is a hatchet. I hope you can see this because the lighting is a little weird right now. But look, a hatchet. You can chop anything right the heck out of the way that needs to be chopped up and discard it to the side. This is for you. Yes, cut the cords. Whatever it is that's holding you back or holding you in place or getting in the way of those new things that you're trying to do. I think there was a ace in your reading, no? And I think there was an ace. So there is something new that is coming for you. But in order to fully, move into that, you need this optimism and you need this energy. Queen of Wands, like very charming, very like she just commands attention, and everybody just loves her, right? And I think that you can pull this energy and be the light for whatever this transition is that you're moving through at this time. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that that this makes sense and that you're able to put it into practice in some kind of way.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Rhoda, that is so powerful. And the light keeps coming up in these readings, and that very much is reminding you of your own inner light, but also it could be external light, of course, but I'm feeling more internal light. Just this season that we're in, it really does invite us to go more within. We're going into the hermit year, so it's inviting us really all to go within. And like Elizabeth was saying, with that Ace of Swords, definitely something new, like a new insight, something breakthrough, even with that hatchet, something is definitely coming in. And there's a reason why it fell in between the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, because it's asking you, in order for that to come through and to be really clear, that you do have to be be careful how you balance like your clear communication with like a strategic approach with the king of, right? So it can be tricky, and that you did mention that sometimes that you struggle maybe with the way that your mind works, and sometimes the way that you're able to communicate, and that's fine. Like I don't think that is going to be an issue for you. That's who you are, and there's nothing wrong with that, and please don't ever allow that to define like who you are or how you carry yourself in this world. You know, people should accept you for who you are, and that I don't see it as being a barrier for you. It's more you know, just gaining that confidence, and yeah, and focusing on that clarity in order for that breakthrough moment to come through for the Ace of Swords. So I think this is a wonderful reading for you, Rhoda, for sure.
You know, the other thing, and with your sword, your ace being in the center could be a call of balancing those masculine and feminine sides of the air suit in general, right? Because
Yes.
sometimes one side overpowers the other side. And the other thing that I was remembering was, I want to say that Karen pulled out, I think that was it the Eight of Swords?
Mm-hmm.
Eight
Yeah.
of Swords, so you
It's
can
the
use the
theme.
hatchet to cut your way out of there.
Yeah, that's
Mhm,
right.
Yeah, look, she literally has
mhm.
the threat, you know, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's something I think in your on your like on the real, you know, like 3D
Mm-hmm.
plane here. And I noticed that she said, and y'all keep talking about the lights and everything, and then I had Virgo come out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the Hermit.
Oh
Which
yeah,
made me think
yeah,
of the Hermit energy.
exactly.
Yeah, going within and getting, you know, that inner wisdom, that inner light. But I noticed she put her like her south node is Aquarius, and so actually that kind of tells me something right now. I know like Virgo is not the opposite of Aquarius, but something about maybe tapping into these Virgo qualities could be good because, you know, in the spiritual realm, had the three of presence, and all of a sudden I was like, it could be like a very giving energy
Mm,
in that. I think that makes an impact on others. And with that King of Cups, you know, it's that big heart energy here too. And Aquarius, with you being your South Node, it's where we are weaknesses, things that we have an overabundance of. um, and your that I guess, yeah, that would make your North Node Leo like mine. So I think you're meant to shine
mm,
in some way. And in Virgo, even like can be shy about wanting to shine away, but I think you do have something. Um, but it's just keeping your emotions balanced because I forgot to tell you the King of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. And, you know, that's very fiery. Leo, I consider the King of Wands Leo. So
mhm,
that's
mhm.
very, very interesting. So I feel like, yeah, um, you just be careful to not, you know, with that chariot, um, that if you fall into some of the Aquarian tendencies on that, it might could impede some progress that you're trying to make. That's all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool when we get those added insights.
I
That
know.
happens with me with readings all the time. Like, don't you hate it? Like, you know, like 2 hours later, all of a sudden you're not even thinking about it. All of a sudden you're like, oh my God, why didn't I see
Yeah, yeah.
that? Why didn't I say that?
That's funny. And
um,
you know, Sandy recommends lighting a candle. And with us being in Yule, I've been seeing a lot about that. I don't know if you're planning on setting up an altar for Yule, but
oh, I
it's
lit a candle.
recommended to include, yeah, wood
Mhm.
candle.
It's
Yes.
what it has one of the. I'm obsessed with the wood wicks for
Oh
the
yeah,
crackling sound. I like
those are cool.
it. And that's cool too, you know, because I showed y'all this picture earlier that
Oh
my son
yeah,
drew with the
that's right. The candle on the
candle. So
window.
yeah, I think we kind of got a little collective thing going on here, right?
That's
Mm,
so cool.
yeah. Aquarius, second house, North Node. Oh gosh. Yeah, the second house is very about like the 3D, the real things that, what we have. And also, that's Venus is, beauty and surroundings and beauty and everything, but it's very like the material side of things. So we can get a little caught up in our uh, need for security, and that can kind of hold back that fire
Yeah.
that wants to come out. Yeah. All right. I'll try not to babble too much about astrology.
No, you're good. I like to hear it. I don't always understand all of it, but I'm always interested in like, what does that mean? Like North Node, South Node. I'm like, huh? But it's very interesting to me.
Self-value.
Like, I love
Yeah,
it.
perhaps. Yeah, self-value perhaps, but more in a material, like really like the self one is your first house, where you're really like about anything, because that's Aries, and it's, it's the baby. We call it the baby. The baby of the zodiac. I am, and you could feel a lot of kind of things with control how people see, how people see you in the world, and staying, feeling that you're expressing yourself, being true to yourself. Those are things that we go through when we're in the first house on that. Okay.
Prairie's
Whoa.
here. Hey, Prairie.
Oh yeah. I also have my Jupiter in Cancer in the 8th. Oh Lord. Okay. Holy. With my okay. Wow. Wow. Jupiter is going to go into Cancer next year because it'll leave Gemini. Because it's in Gemini right now too. That's a very, very fortunate time for you, but also the 8th house is a tough house. That's a tough house, but you could have some I'm just gonna say it. I mean, it's a house of like sex, death, and transformation, and also other people's money, shared resources, and things like that. And with it being in Cancer, you could maybe even have the chance to find a better, if you don't like where you're living, find a better home during that time too. But also, I think you're gonna feel some things though, because with your vertex, you might have some fated encounters where your vertex hits. So, be careful a little bit to not lose yourself into somebody until you really know them well enough, because the vertex is, where this fated life events happen. And then the Chiron is our pain with that. So I could go on for a little while about that, but I won't. Oh my gosh. Hi, Chris. So good to see you.
Hey.
Yeah. Hi, Prairie Winds. So good to see you. Cats and candles don't go together.
This is true.
Right? Yeah, and toddlers too. Even the LED ones, like one of mine took the LED one and threw it, and the batteries came out. I was like, oh my gosh, all right.
Oh
no. I saw Sandy. Sandy, did you pull the 5 of Wands for me again? Oh Lord. I'm gonna have to go a little deeper here. And I did know I saw Kristen come in. All this yapping about astrology. Still waiting on my chart. Well, I'm not done with my class. I'm waiting on my teacher for my last few lessons. We did a how to get more clients, like a super intensive, you read 4 books and did all this stuff. I had class twice a day. That's why I was a little inactive on my channel too, because I was sitting through lectures a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I got a lot of really good information and ideas and stuff. So it was really cool. and then he's going to finish up our astrology. But I'm going to start those, Tom, in the beginning of the year. I mean, which is so. But yes, I know. I'm aware. And I did see Kristen come in earlier. Hi, Kristen. I can't like scroll up all the way right now. So, did we have any other questions or?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't see any. If nobody else has any other questions, I mean, maybe we could do like a collective read or something.
Sure. Yeah, we can end with a collective. That sounds good.
Is that good? Okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
And we do appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with us. We really enjoy doing this, so it's so nice to have people actually enjoy it with us.
Yes.
No fun if nobody comes and watches, right?
Okay. So we want to do like a collective. Do we want to focus on a question for the collective? Like what we can focus on as we head. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I'm like, ooh. Do you have your spread deck nearby?
Oh, I do, yeah.
I'm obsessed with that thing.
I know, right? Here, let's do it. Okay, let's get us some, and I have the third one. It's on Kickstarter right now. It's called the Lightwork edition. So there's the Shadow Work edition, there's the regular edition, and then there's the light. Anyway.
And you mix them all together, or you will?
Yeah, that's right. I do.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's get. So for anybody that's not familiar with what a spread deck is, it gives like prompts, and then I just shuffle them and I pull 3 randomly, and then that will create a spread of a question that we can focus on. So this is what we're going to do for the collective. We need to do one of these spread lives one time. I think that'd be fun.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I was thinking. Oh, Sandy, you're more than welcome to pull from your deck for me again. But if you pulled a 5 of Wands again, then never mind.
If you pull the 5 of Wands, just put it back and reshuffle.
I'm in a competitive spirit, obviously. I have a lot of competing rowdy little children around me.
I know it's so much work, but they are just so, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. They're so adorable. Like I'll be having kind of like
last night. It was so funny.
Yeah. I know they're dancing and like, oh my gosh.
And then all of a sudden she's like, ah, and I'm like, because it's so loud when you hear it in person. I'm like, because they get excited. They'll be like, ah! Out of nowhere. It is really loud.
But I love that,
they answer each other across the house like that.
Kids are so like, they're so pure and innocent, and when you have teenagers like myself and like Elizabeth, like you miss that.
To get jaded.
Not that they're not pure and innocent, but I mean, as to be teenagers, it's a little different. But like we just don't have like, it's just different. We don't have those moments with our kids like that anymore, right? They're sort of
a little moment the other night where I teared up that I pulled out this little nativity. It's like this giant felt characters, and I lost like my aunt-in-law earlier this year to ALS, and she gave that to me when the girls were like, just babies. She was like, they'll like this when they're older, and so we pulled it out, and the girls loved it. We're having so much fun, and I was just like looking, and I was just like, oh my gosh, Sharita, and then I was just thinking how beautiful, like she just knew, and I just was like, wow, I felt like she was around to see that moment. It was so sweet, and I felt very grateful to feel that at that moment and to see that. Yeah, special. But I had to kind of have to like walk away for a little bit. I was like, because I was like,
Yeah, for sure.
and my
Right?
son's like looking at me. He's like, "What now?"
We're
I'm
gonna-
like,
Oh my gosh, I totally understand that.
it just hits you at the weirdest times because I always kind of felt I was just had so busy and had so much going on at that time. As I just started a job and everything, and then we had to figure out how to make it all the way down to Pensacola, Florida. Because she died really suddenly, and I mean, it was just a lot of stress. I was taking care of the girls, so I couldn't even really had to go and sit out with them during the funerals. I felt like I was just there to take care of them. So it was nice to have that moment. You just have to know when they'll come and hit you.
Are they making you something over there?
Yeah, they're banging pots and pans in their little kitchen.
Okay,
They're
so
tremendous. They're loud.
we've got a spread. So the first one is blockage. So what is blocking us? The second one is what is the emotional space?
I thought that said spice for a minute.
And the third one is direction.
Okay. All right. Let me write this down. Blockage. I'm just gonna put an X for that one.
Blockage, emotional space, direction.
And what direction? Okay. Or a direction, or was that like advice, or did it just say direction?
No, just direction.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean,
I'm really good at overthinking things, so that's something that I'm working on with reading. It takes a while.
Okay, so for a collective, what are we currently?
Hey, Mara. Yep. Karen's kids are percussion experts. And yes, Mercury is in the shadow period because I'm feeling it still. Well, I think we're in shadow until about like the first or the second. So. Oh, okay.
Okay, so. Hmm. All right. Are you all ready to go, Elizabeth? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I am.
Okay.
So it's funny because like before I realized we were going to shift to the spread deck, I pulled a card from a separate deck, and I want to share it only because I feel like there's a theme today, and it's stillness.
Ah. Yep.
Stillness. And it's such a beautiful card. And just a little reminder, a little nudge, people. Take some time to enjoy the moment. All right. So for blockage, I have pulled the Four of Cups. I'm using my Naturescapes deck. I really love this depiction of the card. And this is a certain kind of energy. And I feel like, especially around this time of year, something I hear a lot is, oh, it doesn't feel the same. Like I hear that from my kids all the time. Things don't feel the same like they used to. I think the biggest thing that can hold us back sometimes are our expectations of what something is supposed to feel like. What if it's not supposed to feel like anything? What if we're just supposed to come into our bodies and come into our space and feel things as they are instead of having expectations of what they're supposed to be like? So this is something that could hold us back at times, like not recognizing where we are because we're, wistfully looking off to the side, wishing for this, that, and the other. Um, for emotional space, I pulled the World. And I think the biggest thing that I get from here, this is such a big emotion, such a big feeling. And I feel like oftentimes for us, it feels like unattainable at times. It feels like difficult to reach these kinds of moments. And I just want to encourage for those that are going, especially for those that are going through very difficult times right now, this is possible. Maybe not in grandiose ways, the way we imagine in our minds, but again, like kind of letting go of those expectations and learning to see these world moments in the little everyday things that surround us from day to day. And then direction. Which way should we go? Well, of course, we would get Eight of Wands, of course. And I don't know, I'm going to try to get close. I don't know if you could see, there's a flock of birds up in that sky, and it's very obscure. There's a lot of fog, cloud, um, limited view, but the birds are following their instinct, and they're just going where they know they need to go, in the direction that they know that they need to go. And with this being such fast energy, I did pull a charm. I almost forgot, but I did pull a charm, and I pulled this lotus, which I always connect to Om, connect to breath. Sometimes when things are moving very, very quickly, and I can't help, again, the stillness card, like we have to be reminded sometimes to slow things down, take moments, take deep breaths, because that is how we get. Sometimes, I used to pull cards to help me with motivation to get to the end of the week. And then I found myself feeling like, no, I need motivation to get through the day. And there's moments where you just need motivation to get from this hour to the next hour. And I find that breath work helps me achieve that in the most peaceful way possible. So that is what I'm sharing with you all, my friends. These world moments are more attainable than what we think. If we just kind of let go of expectations of what things are supposed to look like or what they're supposed to feel like, and just slow down, take time to really see what we have in front of us. Lots of love. Love, love.
I love that. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was like super good. Yeah.
Yes. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that message was for me. Okay, I get it. For the collective.
That was super
Um,
good.
I love it. That's why I love collective readings because it's like, Okay, wow, this is good. So for blockage, for the first one, I have the 5 of Swords. All right, and then I also have a wilted rose as well. Okay, so for the collective, the energy that I'm getting from this is about what is blocking you is controlling relationships, potentially abusive relationships, violent relationships. I mean, I certainly hope not, but let's be realistic, it happens. I especially know that during certain times of the year, like the holidays, this energy can increase, right? Some of us are being reunited with family members we haven't seen all year. Some family members we don't necessarily, get along with or whatnot. And yeah, some relationships can be just quite controlling in that way, expectations, what should be done, what you should do, and all this stuff, and how much you should spend. And it can be a lot, right? So it can definitely feel like this. It can feel like this sort of competition, if you will. And then when we move into what is the current emotional space, I've taken this as an invitation of what emotional space we should sort of step into, because this is what's blocking us, remember? So it's really inviting us to step into the empowerment of the Queen of Wands. And it seems like a lot of the kings and queens are showing up today. So the Queen of Wands is showing up to sort of remind us to step into our confidence, our independence, and be a little bit feisty, right? Stand up for yourself, right? It can be hard, but just remember that, you are your own person. You can make your own decisions. You can be independent of other people's thoughts and opinions. And then we have this little kind of like a little pinup girl. So, it's kind of, encouraging you to get that fiery side out too, right? To sort of let loose a little bit. And then it says, I am strong and full of fairies. So you got that as well to go with the Queen of Wands. And so it is about that, like remembering, like, I don't have to take this. You know what I mean? You can sort of gain that confidence and be a little bit feisty if you have to. I mean, certainly we don't want to escalate a situation, but you don't want to lay down and take it either, right? Okay, and then we end with seven of Wands. 7 of Wands here. And that's the direction we're heading into, okay? So the direction that we're heading into, and then of course we have the charm that fell, and that is literally the Christmas day. So okay, here we go. So the 7 of Wands. What is this saying? It's this is about protecting yourself and those around you, being defensive, being assertive, right? And it's sort of the opposite of like, you don't want the competition. You just want to defend yourself and those around you, and you want to sort of have that confidence in order to be able to do that, right? And then I just gave an overall roundabout for an oracle, and I have home. So that's a nice place to land, is home. This reminds us of stability, material and emotional balance, and also building legacy, right? Because I have the Monopoly guy as well with home. So that's kind of fitting, right? So yeah, that building legacy, that stability, and just remember that home, whatever home means to you, is that place where you create legacy, where you create a safe space, where you create that emotional balance, and financial, of course, too. But this is very emotional that is on the table here right now. So yeah, hopefully that gives you all some ideas and some confidence moving into the holidays. I mean, like, let's face it, it's not all great for some people out here. Some people do struggle with it, and so I hope that helps those who need it.
Some people struggle with it, Ange, and some people put on a happy face for the benefit of other people.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, I just want to hug you.
Oh.
Anybody who's going through something like that, know you're not alone.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
So, this was an interesting spread. I kept like thinking about like the emotional space. And I was curious to see how y'all were gonna read that. Like, is it when I'm looking at it is like what is the current state of the emotional space, or is it I don't know how I was thinking of it differently. I was really just overthinking that, I think. So I was glad that y'all went first. But we'll see. Okay, so right off the bat, for the blockages, it's basically I got a screw that came out. We're screwing ourselves. Because I got the Seven of Swords in reverse. And this came out like the Seven of Cups came right with it. So 2 sevens. Okay. So 7, is a like self progression, contemplation, all of those things, where we are, evaluating things, and with it being an odd number too, it can be kind of an interesting period. Not sometimes not the most exciting, um, but interesting in his deck. Okay, if you look at the Seven of Cups, he phrases the meaning of this though, to uh, to look into your dreams, because look, she looks like she's sleeping here, and then look at all these bees and everything. Like, there's a lot of themes. This is the deck Ange got me, the Hush Tarot. There's a lot of themes with nature and death and rebirth and things. So you'll see a lot of these kind of opposing type messages in the art, and it's very rich in symbolism here. But with the Seven of Swords is like, I think we're kind of screwing ourselves, and maybe like needing don't deny our dreams. Don't deny that we have options and dreams available, and don't, because our daydreams and our thoughts and everything matter a lot, and if we don't really value ourselves in those and believe them, we're gonna manifest and things that are not good for us. We manifest exactly what we're thinking about. So if we just think negatively all the time about it, we are blocking our own progress. And I always know I am my biggest block. So I thought that was interesting. So yeah, so get out of our head a little bit about that. And I also heard something too, like imposter syndrome. That's a thing. My husband feels that. I don't really feel that, but for me personally, but I know a lot of people who do. And maybe there's things that you're afraid to share because, like you don't think people see you as being genuine or something of that sort. In the emotional space, though, is great here with the Queen of Pentacles. We're about to hit into Capricorn season 2, and I, that earth energy with the Queen of Pentacles there. So we're hitting into Earth season, and the Queen of Pentacles, very nurturing, but she's making everything beautiful and abundant. All the things that matter on our, things that we can touch, see, feel, hear. They're very real things. So, in our emotional space, is a need to nurture on a real, practical level, and to support each other in ways and help each other and nurture others, and try not to get too carried away. But I did get a little butterfly that came out on top of that. So I guess, it is a type of transformation. I did have the letter R come out too, which I thought that was kind of interesting. So that can mean something for someone out there. And then my cards, this deck really wanted to throw me some challenges. Then it threw me in the direction. I guess the way I'm going to look at this is like, if we don't make those changes, because I had the Knight of Pentacles too, and the Knight of Pentacles is very practical. He's like on the bottom there. They're fighting. Okay. I'm gonna go look real quick, okay? I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Been there. It's all good.
You should have seen that. I go there, like, they're just screaming at each other. They're fine. One's mad that's playing with another toy, and then the other one, she put on like a gladiator toy helmet. It's all backwards. Okay, but I think if we don't make these changes or whatever, this is the way. Like, it makes more sense to me. Is why, the Magician reversed. I think it really goes into looking at, with the Queen of Pentacles, that we do have value in worth, and that we do have, the tools with the Magician. And I think, though, we need to tap into our guardian angels and the people up. I was like, I just heard up, up above, because I had the little angel come out in that, and it kind of looks like almost like a Christmas tree angel too, huh? That came out on the Magician in reverse. I did ask for a little more clarification, and with that too, and I had the sun come out, and look at the eye, right in the middle of the sun there. Yeah, positivity, but I'm seeing things more clearly, it needing to shed a certain light on that. And I feel like if you tap into, you could have, I just saw this in the card too. Look, there's a dragon there too. In that, at the top is a dragon. And it looks like, is that a little, it's the head of an animal there. I don't know if he's attached to his body. I'm gonna have to look at this one. This is a pretty deep deck, and I just got it. But I'm just maybe a dragon spirit or something. Because that gives me that fire energy, and with the eyes, because the big dragon eye, and then that eye or whatever. I feel like it's a good time to tap into that, to gain your confidence back. Because the Queen of Pentacles is going to feel very confident and secure in herself as well when she's in the upright. For my Southern Gothic deck, I had the Peacock come out, and it says vanity and pride. Okay, but she had some interesting messages in here. Okay, peacocks were the preferred pet of eccentric, rich white Southerners who liked the way the showy birds looked when prancing across their well-manicured lawns. Their feathers were even used as fly fans, which were waved languorously to keep flies at bay. things are changing in your world, and you may be experiencing a personal adjustment that is making you glow from within. Self-worth. Be prepared for a burst of confidence that will allow you to manifest, magician, new things in your life, which in turn will make you strut even more proudly. But be careful not to let pride get in your way, blocking you from the messages your tribe is sending you. Spiritual tribe, okay? And also, your community and family do matter. And you must not let the admiration of strangers cloud your vision so that you forget who helped get you to the top of the staircase. Consider making a list of all the things you may have been ignoring recently. Make special note if you feel you have been leaving behind someone whose affection and loyalty matter to you. I really feel like that tied in so much, because at first I was a little confused, and then it really tied in a lot of these cards that I got together. And so I think it's a good time to distract your thoughts. You know, if you have, you know, current problems or painful memories, just observe the beauty of the world around you and have gratitude. Pay attention to someone else, or imagine your wildest fantasy coming true. Try it today to distract your thoughts, because distress tolerance still. So, and that is the thing, you know, with the magician in reverse. So a lot of the times we can, you know, we're blocking ourselves with our self-defeating thoughts. I don't have all the things that I need to do. I can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's not always somebody deceiving us. And, oh, I forgot to say, I thought, you are magical. You got my kitten. You got my witchy kitty cat. And then there's a globe. You know, that's your future there, okay? So you can independently manifest a good future for yourself. Stay positive and grounded. So, anyways, I hope that made sense. I'm getting used to this deck.
Yes, of
It's
course.
so beautiful, though. The art is just amazing. It really is. I get lost in the art a little bit.
I want to play
Yay!
with Karen's girls. I want to play with Karen's girls.
Yes, I love it.
That's it.
I'll play
This
too.
is the
Ready?
clear way that, there we go. That's the clear way, the negative energy.
That's
I thought
right.
that was a doorbell. I was like, that bitch.
You know, when you were kids, did you do that?
Oh yes, yes. Or through the fan, when the fan is running, you're like
Yes.
talking through it.
All the time.
Yes. We used to play McDonald's
yeah,
drive-through
that
through
was
the
funny.
fan. I don't know why, but we used to. Don't ask.
Yeah, because
Yes.
like, yeah.
And you know, you were talking about like trying to distract your thoughts and stuff, and then you mentioned the word magical, and I'm sitting here and I always have my little, this is Figment. For anybody that doesn't know who Figment
I
is,
love Figment.
Figment is a Disney character that I love, and there's not a lot of people, like, I don't ever see Figment being talked about a whole lot, but Figment is all about imagination, and it was my favorite spot of Epcot when I went to Disney in Florida.
He's a
And
dragon.
he's a dragon, and he reminds you that one little spark is all it takes for your imagination to step into that and to keep that alive. And I would say, I mean, you know, his character always reminded me of somebody who maybe does have like ADHD, because you have so many ideas and you go, and he's like, you know, and the professor, whoever was in the, you know, Disney's trying to, okay, Figment, all right, like, you know, focus. And he's like, okay, but I have all these ideas. And it's like, don't lose that spark in life. You know, I don't know. I just had that
Right,
come to me when you're
yeah.
talking about that. And I love Figment. He's always with me on my reading table. So anyway.
I came out in my own read big time. I mean, my own read, our collective reading big time too. Like with the Queen of Pentacles, we're talking about all that Taurus, and then the Magician with the Mercurial energy there. I was like, wow, okay.
Mm.
And swords. I was like,
Yes.
damn it. It's
Now I'm
Gemini.
gonna be able to get
I
that
knew that's an
song out of my
Aquarian. No,
head.
that's Aquarius.
And
One little spark. One little spark.
like
Oh,
it's the if you remember, it's imagination.
Yep.
Remember?
yes. Don't lose that spark.
Janet.
I know. Oh my gosh, I love
Oh,
him. He's so great.
oh, y'all, this was fun.
Yes,
Enjoyed
it's always
it.
fun.
Enjoyed it. I had like a silly, kind of weird idea. Like, 'cause you got me the oh my gosh, the housewife tarot,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking it'd be funny to like do like a mom's like kind of like mom's Christmas support tarot or something like that.
Right?
I don't know. Like, but to have fun, like something
Yeah.
to like have fun and just like coping things or whatever. Like, I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
I had this like message. It sounds like, like Bad Moms Club. I watched that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why. And then I got the Housewives tarot. I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That I was thinking of like, if I can't put something like that together on the fly, I might like get on here and like do some
Mm-hmm.
mom reading.
Right? That's a great idea. That is a
I
great
don't know. I've got to tweak it a little bit, but yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, oh my gosh, 'cause I love Bad Moms Club. It's funny too.
Yes, that was a great movie. I loved it.
So what do y'all have coming up? Anything
No,
on your
I
channel?
actually no, I have well, no, that's not true. There is something in the works, but I don't want to say out loud. I'm doing a collaboration with somebody and we'll have
Mm,
something posted. Yeah, coming up like
exciting.
before the new year, we'll have it posted. But we kind of want to keep it, we mentioned it in previous times, but what else?
Cool.
And then there's going to be a collaboration with somebody I have never collaborated with in the new year. That's going to be fun.
Cool.
Yeah, we've been communicating. Yeah, so nothing, I mean, like there's
Yeah.
one specific thing that's happening, but then I don't think
And I used to check my
anything
email
else.
again, but hopefully we can get our thing set up with Tom.
Tom,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Tom. Yeah. And then of course
Yeah.
we'll do, maybe like a charm when I don't know. There will be more shows.
Yes. Yeah,
They
there'll be more on both of our channels. It's just like right this time of year, I find it's hard to schedule things. Like we're heading into Christmas and New Year, so I kind of have to keep things open. But yeah, heading into the new year, lots of new ideas, lots of lots of videos and more lives coming up, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, I did want to say real quick that I am 10 subscribers short of 200. And I would really like to hit that goal before the end of the year. So feel free to subscribe to me if you haven't. Subscribe to all of us, but I was just going to throw that out there. Or if you could share that, help me, I'm like 10 shy. So can do this.
You can do this. I'm just going to post your link.
I'm not going to die if I don't make it, but but I mean, just so close. So I was just trying to set that goal for myself, and I wanted to get on here and do a pet thing. What about you, Elizabeth?
I actually have a few things coming up. I have a live tomorrow on my channel where we're doing a collaboration, a deck comparison flip through of Tarot of Oneness and Spacious Tarot. So these are really cool decks, right? Because it's a different perspective. It's almost like you step into it like a portal into another space. So I'm very excited for that one. That's tomorrow. And then I have a few things in the works. I will be working with Heather, Indigo Jaguar, to put something together for New Year's Eve for those of us that don't have, any plans. Feel free to stop in. And in the new year, Miss Terrell D and I are going to be working on a collaboration. So lots of things coming up, and I'm thrilled. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's so exciting. I love it. Miss D.
Right?
My Southern came out big time on that one. Miss Day. Miss Day. She would die if she was here right now hearing me say that. She would Well, I hope everybody has, if I don't see y'all in chats or out, and about in the YouTubes, I wish everybody a wonderful holiday week here coming up. And I can't believe we're about to start 2025, right?
Right.
Wow. But hey, this is a great time. Like I'm determined that 2025, I'm gonna make some things better. Actually, do something on my resolution list, right? Yeah. I'm feeling like empowerment to do that. And I'm excited to be able to start getting those chart readings out and stuff once I wrap up the last tail end of this class, because there's a couple of things like I need to finish with him first. But I have been, for some of you who've sent it to me, I've been, incognito putting some stuff together. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna, deliver them to. Am I gonna do it over the, are we gonna have a Zoom session, or am I writing it? So there's some things that I kind of need to finish. But I'm been going ahead and I've got an 11-page worksheet that he came up with or whatever.
Oh, wow.
That we go through. Yeah, I mean it takes time, but I will become faster the more that I do them too.
Yeah.
So
I recognize this is for your own practice and obviously for your course, but don't be shy to ask for a donation from people when you do it. I know that it's not expected,
donations will be accepted, but
it is your time, right? So.
What I'm really hoping to this will set off though is these aren't going to be synastry charts or
right.
I mean there's a ton of different transits when how we use it for manifestation, and also I want to offer pet astrology too, because that's one of the techniques I need to learn, is how to do chart rectification when you don't know somebody's when they don't know the exact time of their birth. Yeah, it happens,
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't.
So that's one of the major things that I need to learn as well. Astrology.
That's so
a lot.
Cool. I think that's interesting. Both of my cats are feral, so I don't even know. So we just kind of created a day, and we were like, "Oh, this is the day that we're celebrating." But sometimes
I know. I empathize with that because all of my cats were pretty much feral. They just showed up I've never really known their birthdays. But I start thinking about qualities now. In what time of year they had to have been born around, and I'm just okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Their personalities.
Absolutely. Oh, hey, Anna. We are just wrapping up here, but it's good to see you.
I think I saw Jess.
Oh, Jess. Jay. Hey.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss saying goodbye to,
Clevis.
Or hey, goodbye. Sorry.
And Lucinda.
Oh, there we go.
Janet.
She's free until 20. Yeah.
Nice.
That's really exciting.
Aww.
Yes. That's probably the greatest gift of all, right there. Is time, right? Time. Oh.
Okay. Oh. Well, thank you all so much. Oh, there's Lucinda.
Yes,
Oh,
there you go.
Sandy. Yeah, we missed. I guess we missed our cards for Sandy. He likes to pull cards for us
Aw.
in life, and I he was kind of cute. I like it. So, well, anyways, well, thank y'all so much for being here with me. I
Yes.
hope I didn't take up too much of your time today, and I
No.
appreciate everybody else sharing their time with us today and letting us. I've got a mess of decks and trinkets like everywhere.
Yes. I know. I was
We're
tidying
gonna
up
pick
as
those
you
up.
were talking. Yeah, because
Tidying up whilst you were talking.
yeah.
Whilst. I love it. All right, so thank y'all so much, and I'm gonna stop the recording here. Just like,
Mhm.
subscribe, comment, do all those great things. We love y'all, and
Mhm.
we will be back again
Yep.
after the holidays. All right, bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye bye. Thank you.